A millionaire decides to test the new maid by leaving the safe open and turning on the camera. What will happen? Hello, everyone. In today's video, we'll follow the story of a millionaire who decides to test his new maid in an unusual way. He leaves the safe open and turns on a camera to record her reaction. The outcome of this situation promises to surprise everyone. Stay tuned. The millionaire, a middle-aged man with a mysterious look, meticulously sets the scene for his test. He walks through his luxurious office, lit by bright chandeliers and filled with valuable artwork. With calculated steps, he approaches the imposing safe door, made of gleaming steel with a large golden lock. With a slight smile on his face, the millionaire slowly turns the key, leaving the door slightly ajar. On the nearby table, a sophisticated camera is discreetly positioned, ready to capture every detail of this social experiment. The maid, a young and friendly woman of humble origin, arrives for another day of work at the millionaire's mansion. She enters the main room and immediately notices the slightly open safe door, which surprises and tenses her. Her eyes widen at the unexpected scene, while her mind races for explanations. Hesitantly, she approaches the safe, feeling her heart race as she realizes the gravity of the situation. Despite wanting to investigate further, the maid decides to act cautiously and immediately call her supervisor to report the incident, demonstrating her ethics and responsibility at work. Confronted with the slightly open safe door, the maid feels a chill run down her spine, as if she were about to uncover a closely guarded secret. Her hesitant steps echo through the grand room as she weighs the potential outcomes of this mysterious situation. Memories of suspense films flood her mind, making her wonder if it's all a trap. The concern on her face contrasts with the serene luxury of the decor, creating a scene of tension befitting a great mystery to be unraveled. The maid, after looking around suspiciously, decides to investigate the unusual scene further. With silent steps, she slowly approaches the slightly open safe, feeling a mix of curiosity and fear. Her heart beats rapidly in her chest, while her rational mind tries to find a logical explanation for the situation. Every shadow and reflection in that luxurious environment seems to take on a life of its own, creating a suspenseful atmosphere worthy of a mystery film. The maid hesitates for a moment before finally placing her hand on the safe's golden handle, ready to uncover the secret within. Approaching the safe cautiously, the maid notices the presence of the camera. Her eyes widen in surprise as she spots the small recording device strategically positioned to capture every movement and expression. A mix of contradictory emotions overcomes her. The feeling of invasion of privacy mingles with curiosity about who is behind this unusual test. She hesitates for a moment, unsure whether to continue her investigation or ignore the situation and proceed with her daily tasks. Her racing heart and trembling hands reveal her inner turmoil as she tries to decipher the potential outcomes of this unexpected discovery. Confronted with a hidden camera near the slightly open safe, the maid feels a mix of surprise and indignation. Her face shows discomfort at the unexpected invasion of privacy. She questions the millionaire's true intentions in subjecting her to this peculiar test. The urge to confront her employer crosses her mind, but the need for the job and the fear of potential consequences make her carefully consider each word and action. As she processes this disturbing discovery, she decides to maintain her professional demeanor and act discreetly, avoiding any rash reaction that might jeopardize her position in the luxurious mansion. Faced with the puzzle presented by the slightly open safe and the camera recording her actions, the maid feels a mix of curiosity, distrust, and a hint of courage. She decides to step away from the safe, carefully assessing the situation before taking any impulsive actions. Her thoughts drift, trying to unravel the purpose behind this unusual test. With slow and uncertain steps, she moves toward the nearest window, gazing out at the mansion's lush gardens and seeking a moment of tranquility to process everything she has just experienced. The distant sound of a bird flying breaks the tense silence, providing the maid with a brief sense of relief amid the unknowns surrounding her. The millionaire, watching the footage from the hidden camera, feels a mix of surprise and admiration at the maid's integrity and ethical behavior. His eyes scrutinize her every movement, capturing not just her actions but also her expressions, laden with inner conflict. He sees himself reflected in her hesitant gestures and careful decisions in the face of the unexpected challenge. A feeling of pride mixed with disbelief washes over him as he finds himself faced with a dilemma: reveal the truth behind the test or maintain the suspense to see how far the maid's honesty extends. After deeply reflecting on the maid's integrity and courage in the face of the unusual test, the millionaire decides to reveal the situation and surprise her with a special reward. He calls her for a conversation in his office, where the maid arrives, tense and curious to know the outcome of the intriguing episode. With a welcoming smile, the millionaire praises her conduct and explains the reasons behind the test, clarifying that he wanted to assess her honesty and responsibility. The expression of surprise and relief on the maid's face is priceless, as the employer's words of recognition warm her heart. To her surprise, the millionaire gifts her a generous bonus and an unexpected promotion, acknowledging her value and commitment to her work at the mansion. Emotional and grateful for the opportunity, the maid concludes that integrity always leads to success. The plot reaches a surprising conclusion when the maid, after receiving the millionaire's bonus and promotion, reveals a long-kept secret. Emotional and teary-eyed, she confides in her employer that she is actually a princess in exile from a distant kingdom. The millionaire is stunned by the revelation, realizing that his initial actions were just the prelude to a destined encounter. The maid, now recognized as the rightful heir to a vast empire, sees her life transformed into a modern fairy tale. The millionaire, surprised and emotional, becomes the young princess's mentor and confidant, uniting their destinies in an unlikely and promising partnership. Thus, what began as a simple test turns out to be the beginning of a grand adventure for both. Thank you for following this fascinating story. This video teaches us that honesty and integrity are fundamental values, even in unexpected situations. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for new videos. Leave a comment on what you would do in a similar situation and share this inspiring story with your friends. Stay tuned for the next video, where we'll explore more incredible stories of ethics and morals in everyday life. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed this emotional story about integrity and trust. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family so that more people can reflect on the right actions in everyday life. A big hug and see you in the next video.